Hello everyone and welcome to Moose Now.
My name is Mark Mason.
And I'm Sean O'Malley.
We are back bringing you the action, sharing upcoming events on campus, and many more fun segments. Now let's get to today's episode.
To close out International Women's Month, and as we took a look at last week, let's get the inside scoop from the discussion of the showing of the Golden Z showing of Hidden Figures.
Beginning at 6, Professor of Biology and Chemistry Dr. Michelle Boucher and Dr. Maryam Hashimen shared with the audience their experience being women in science and some inspirational quotes they've heard that inspired them along the way.
Dr. Maryam shared with the group that whether you are a student or not, take every opportunity to learn. Other attendees added the quote, "Remember to take time for yourself to be the best you." For future events with Golden Z, join members in standing with Ukraine.
At the tables outside of Strubble, donate 1, 5, or any amount to children in need through UNICEF. Pick up a sunflower sticker to show your support. This tabling event will be Wednesday, April 6th from 3:30 to 7. A few seconds of your time before dinner can make all the difference in someone else's life.
Any student who is interested about passionate about preventing sexual violence and stalking should join the Green Dot movement at Utica.
Green Dot is a bystander prevention training program encouraging friends, family members, and bystanders to say something if they see something.
This movement is getting national attention, and now Utica University students are on board. Join the Safe Tracks team as well as the Slice for this training session Tuesday night from 5 to 8 in the Willard Conference Room on the second floor of the DePerno Hall.
Food will be provided, and this training is not scheduled to happen again until the fall, so you should get your certificate today.
The Sisters of Kappa Delta Phi Naz are hosting a 2-day-long fundraiser, and they're asking for your help.
Today and tomorrow, you can help the sorority in their mission by picking various prizes from local Utica area businesses.
The Kappa Delta Phi Sisters will be outside the dining hall in Strubble Student Center.
And all proceeds from the prize board are going to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It is gorgeous out today. Is this weather going to stay, Corinne?
It is gorgeous. The sun is out and shining. Let's see what the temperatures are like for this week. Tuesday, it is sunny with a high of 59, a low of 40. Wednesday's plan is to water those flowers. We will have a high of 57 and a low of 44. Thursday, it's even more rain. Break out that waterproof gear before you go to class. We will have a high of 49 and a low of 41. Friday will follow suit and continue the rain. We will have a high of 53 and a low of 37. Saturday has more rain. Definitely plan for those indoor activities, whether it's playing pool in the dorms with your friends or just whatever you like to do, maybe staying in and watching a movie. We will have a high of 49 and a low of 35. For one day only, hopefully that will be Sunday, it will be snowy. We will have a high of 45 and a low of 33. Monday, the sun returns to melt that snow and give us warmer weather. We will have a high of 57 and a low of 38. Make sure to get your fill of the sun today and Monday. Rain will probably be back next week, so enjoy the sun while it's here. Back to you.
Thank you, Corinne. I think we can all agree that learning about different countries and their cultures can only benefit you and the people around you.
The International Education Office is giving students the opportunity to learn from exchange students about the different countries they come from. The countries included are Israel, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, and the Philippines.
This event will be held in Strubble Lounge tomorrow, April 6th from 1 to 3 p.m. The Utica University Performing and Fine Arts Department will be presenting the musical Chicago this week.
Chicago follows the lives of two criminals as they utilize their celebrity status to convince a jury of their innocence and blurs the lines of justice, corruption, and performance. This production contains mature content and adult themes, so viewer discretion is advised.
Chicago performance dates are April 7th through the 9th at 7:30 p.m. and April 10th at 2 p.m. General admission tickets prices are $15 and Utica University students prices are $5. The show will take place in the Strubble Auditorium. To all our friends at the theater department, please break a leg. Not like that. Do you enjoy sweets? Do you enjoy playing the game of guessing? If so, the residence assistants will be hosting the Jar Uncertainty at the Tower Hall duty desk on April 7th from 7 to 8 p.m. How do you estimate the number of candies in a jar?
To estimate the size of the jar, first check to see if all of the candies are the same size. And if you divide 64% of the jar's volume by the candy size. Examine a jar brimming with assorted candies and see if you can properly estimate how much is inside. Winners will receive a free jar of candy.
Growing up, Easter was one of my favorite holidays. Spending time with my family, eating chocolate, and painting eggs were the best. But my favorite part was really hunting for eggs.
Now that we are all technically adults, hunting for eggs is left for the kids in our family. That is, until now.
Next Monday, on April 11th, students will get to relive the excitement of finding eggs in South Hall from 8 to 9 p.m. There will also be a glow-in-the-dark egg hunt on April 13th from 8 to 9:15 p.m. in the quad.
There will be plenty of candy and prizes to find, so be sure to come and search.
And now let's head to Ryan to see what the mock trial team has been up to.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Club Hub, where each show we dive into all of the exciting clubs and organizations here on campus. Next to me today is Brooke and Nolan, who are the president and vice president of the mock trial team. Thank you both for taking the time to stop by today.
You're welcome.
So would you mind just telling us, each of you, a little bit about yourself and kind of what drew you here to Utica University?
Well, basically, like, what drew me to Utica University is, like, the TV station that's down here. That's really just something I want to do. And I heard that they have, like, a great communications program, so that's kind of what made me decide to go here.
Okay, so my name is Brooke Rashika. My major is criminal intelligence analysis. I have 2 minors, one in philosophy of law, one in cybersecurity. And I grew up in Utica, so having such a great school right in my backyard, this was really a no-brainer for me. And something that stuck out to me was never stand still. And I always just, every time I'm here, nobody's standing still. We're all doing something all the time. So this was an easy choice for me.
That's a great point to bring up as well. So for those that don't necessarily know what the mock trial team does or what it is, would you mind just giving us a brief description of that?
So basically, we get a case packet every single year. We look over it, and then pretty much
You
the rest.
eat, sleep, breathe the case packet. You know it front and back.
Basically, it's just basically in the name. We have fake trials that we do
They mimic like the
Yeah.
real trial. So there are 3 prosecution attorneys, 3 defense attorneys, and then a bunch of witnesses. So even if you don't, like, I personally want to go to law school. Even if you don't have to be like a wannabe lawyer or something. Like, everybody has a place in mock trial. I know a lot of theater people do really great because it's a lot about acting. They always tell us, even if you have no idea what you're talking about, you get up there and you act like you know what you're talking about. So
Right. I mean, it's like with the club, when you join, it's like you feel a little overwhelmed because you're like, oh my God, like, I don't know enough about law. But, like, really, it's just a lot of fundamental skills that are pretty easy to pick up, like, once you start learning.
and who doesn't love arguing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it sounds like that you guys are very active in the college community. Like I said, you have a lot of majors, not just being interested in law, but having that theater background.
Mm-hmm.
So how has been with like COVID, obviously things have been a little hectic. How has like membership been and how has things been going for you overall?
So overall, I feel like we had a couple like senior members who were still in the club, and I joined personally at kind of a weird time last year. So I was kind of getting to watch the inner workings of the club, but I knew like just meeting everybody, it doesn't matter COVID or not, like seeing those personalities and like the bond of the people in the club, I knew I would be back. So for me personally, I don't feel like COVID put a damper on the club. I feel like that spirit and just that bond through all, like we all just continue to bond even through COVID, maybe even more, to be honest.
Yeah, and like even through COVID, like we for meetings during like the summer, we would go to the park and just kind of like hang out. So
I didn't play kickball. I just sat and talked. But
yeah, there was actually it inspired a grass tower case, civil case. But yeah, I mean, basically, even like with COVID, like we've still managed to like bond as a team, even with newer members coming on. So
having to participate virtually did change things a little bit. I mean, of course, when you think of trials, you're in person in that courtroom. Like there's a real simulation. So being on Zoom wasn't our favorite, but we adapted together and we got through it. So I believe regionals for this next year will be in person. So that's a plus, huge plus.
Well, and it does sound like that you guys have been doing a lot of stuff, just even as a club in general or a team, just to bond. And with COVID, a lot of things were shut down and you guys were still able just to keep going in that sense. So that's pretty inspiring in itself, all things considered. So is there anything, like what's going on right now for you guys? Is there anything in particular, like for events, or what's happening?
So we're currently in the process of doing a lot of planning because this is going to be our off season. We don't have a new case packet yet, so we're doing a lot of planning. We do have on our radar a golf tournament fundraiser coming up. We have not solidified a date for that yet, but stay tuned for the date and the details about that.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So, and if somebody else wanted to join the team or had any questions, would either of you be the best contacts, or where would the best place to go be for that?
You can email me or Brooke. My email is nbhyman@utica.edu.
Mine is bcriscic@utica.edu, and also our faculty advisor is Nolan's dad, Professor Hyman. So it's your dad's email is BL Hyman, right?
Yes, blhyman@utica.edu.
So any three of us will always be willing to talk.
Great. Well, thank you again for taking the time to come here today. It's cool to learn about this team. Wish you guys the best of success going forward. And back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Ryan. And that's all the news we have for you this week. To stay up to date with all that's going on around campus, check PioHub frequently, as well as the daily More Dimension emails.
Connect with our community. You can also find current events happening on campus on our Instagram stories at Utica UTV. Have an event you'd like featured? Don't be shy to DM us or contact our studio right on our website, uticautv.org. And until next time, don't forget to
Fear the moose.